It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Lawrence will throw.
His first pass is incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends again. Get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Second and 20. Here's Lawrence to throw. The
connecting here with DJ Shark. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And to throw again is Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team. But he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there have been a lot of coaches who've made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
On 3rd down, Barkley pushes him aside at the 45. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. Room here to run. 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 29, Lawrence. Caught. It's Wilson. The starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm up QB too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll run here. It's Murray. Pushes him over and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Now Lawrence.
Going right side here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Calais Campbell showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll air this one out for Mims. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. Shreds the tackle. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 28. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They run. Robinson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll run for it with Robinson. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. On play action, Lawrence.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now Saquon Barkley. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Big hole up the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Saquon Barkley, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. There he goes, left side. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And, you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this a very, very short kick.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On second down now, Barkley. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
On third down, Barkley. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Barkley. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return, here's Agnew. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Now a throw here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st down, Lawrence. And Shark calls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Open man right side is Shark. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Call down near the goal line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Isaiah Wright
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The return man, Ty Johnson.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Jets use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken from about the 12.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
On 1st down, it's Robinson. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Isaiah Wright.
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Jets have got it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And some room to roam now. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 42 yards.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and through. And a lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return, here's Agnew.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
On first down, Barkley. A gain of 3, second down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Saquon Barkley, 37 yards.
And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Now for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, here's Agnew.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now when they're running.
And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And bulldozing his way through. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 29 yards. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will increase their lead to 28.
Jets get it? They did. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and the onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Barkley, a 1st down and more. Takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to